Most young college students today have a great ambition to travel the world and see many parts of it. But I personally know that there are many difficulties when it comes to traveling and seeing new places. Difficulties such as scarcity of money and time. But truthfully, the most challenging is deciding where to go. I will tell you, Alexandria, Egypt is the place to go. Has anyone visited Alexandria, Egypt before? If no, then you should plan a trip there this summer. And if yes, you should please share with me your experiences. How many of you till today still think that Egyptians live in the desert and ride camels? If you do, then you surely do have a quite unique imagination. Today I'll be talking about three main experiences one will be introduced to during his or her visit to Alexandria, Egypt. First is its great history. Second, magnificent beaches. And third, never-ending nightlife. Now that I've mentioned the three main experiences one will be introduced to during his or her visit to Alexandria, Egypt, let me start off with the history. Alexandria has a vast and ancient history. During one's trip, a person can visit numerous historical sites, including Fortress of Qaid Bay. This is a very important historical site in Alexandria. This huge fortress was built during the 14th century to protect the city from invaders. Another historical site is the catacombs of Kumish Tefa. These catacombs are human-made underground passageways built for religious purposes. These catacombs were built during the 2nd century. They were used to put tombs, statues, and other valuable items in the catacombs. These catacombs were only discovered during the 1900s when a donkey fell in one by mistake. Since we have talked a little about Alexandria's history, now let's move on to Alexandria's beautiful beaches. The city is right on the Mediterranean Sea with a large number of beaches to visit. Alexandria's many lustrous beaches are an excellent place for one to enjoy a swim, tan, relax, or just have a good time. One could visit any of Alexandria's numerous beaches, including Muntaza, Ma'mura, Agami, or any of the other beaches along the Corniche. The Corniche is a long street that covers Alexandria from beginning to end along the Mediterranean Sea. Now that we have finished talking about Alexandria's beaches, let's move on to Alexandria's nightlife. Nightlife is what the city is all about. One can find everything to do there at night. Most Egyptians are night lovers. They stay up socializing and having a good time until the middle of the night. One can find giant malls, cafes, restaurants, hookah lounges, bars, spas, and clubs. And truthfully, if none of those interest you, you can simply take a night stroll along the beach side. Hence, we finished talking about the three experiences one will be introduced to during their visit to Alexandria, Egypt. Let me send you off with a few concluding words. So you now know from my speech today that Alexandria, Egypt's greatest city, is a place to go. This is because of its history, beaches, and nightlife. Just imagine the sights, the beaches, the food, and the nightlife one will experience in Alexandria, Egypt. So now tell me, who's up to going to Alexandria, Egypt with me this summer?